What's going on YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and the official FFBE video for this month has been released, and Akstar's coming. But we also get another Akstar unit, a different one. Let's get into it. Alright guys, as I said, we just got hit with the official FFBE video, and Akstar is being shown. That's right, Akstar is being released. This is the story event for him, so everybody out here who is actually saving for him over Esther, this is your chance to grab him. It shows the date as being from the 10th to the 24th. So that means Akstar is on his way. We can see here that we do see some of the different items we can get from the story, and I think this jet black eye patch is very important. It gives you crisis evasion. The HP is pretty cool too to be on a tank, I guess, but if you're full evade tank, chance of evading some physical attacks. If you could slap this on your physical evade, it's just going to help with getting to that point even more. You also get a little bit of a katana. Normal attacks hit 2 times. Not really sure too much about that, but this eye patch is going to be really good. Moving on, they discuss all the banner units that are going to be on there. I actually skipped over one. We have Majora, which I wish was a Majora's Mask collaboration, but hey, looks like it's going to be with using the new type things which they put in the game, looks like it's going to be kind of a mage debuffer. We see the Trust Master reward as being Mystical Incense Burner. Defense 3, Spirit 3, HP and MP 20%, enables auto refresh, getting MP every turn. Not the biggest thing in the world, but it's an accessory, and if you need that, you can get that there. Next up, we have the Tomoe, which is an incredibly beautiful looking unit with a giant gun. Physical attacker, we get Lagoa, which is the TMR, attack 130, two-handed weapon gun. So that's going to be great for any of the gun users out there you guys want to be messing with. But this unit is so nice looking. I can't believe how, I just keep seeing these FFBE, story units that they make, original units, and they're always so beautiful. It's insane to me. Next up, we have on the banner, Gravy. It's nude. It's Gravy, dude. But he does use katana, it looks like, instead of guns. But he definitely looks like a cowboy. Physical attacker, Desperate Swordsman. Boost attack by 50% when equipped with a katana and 28% when equipped with clothes. So that's 70%. So this is something you could throw on your Akstar if you don't have any other kind of katana things, because this is better than Katana Mastery, right? Strictly due to it being 20% more as long as you have clothes on. Probably going to slap some clothes on there to get that extra 20% with that TMR. Next up, they finally talk about, well, that's not the right picture. It's showing Alex and Shelly there. They talk about Akstar coming out. So this is it, guys. This was the big damage dealing jump that everybody was waiting for, and then Esther came and kind of is a little bit better than Akstar, but he's here nonetheless. I do want to skip a little bit forward because I think they show his STMR, so I want to have it down there at the bottom. So Akstar is going to be a true double hand user, meaning that you're going to want to have one weapon in both hands. Looking at his Trust Master reward, it is Rush Glove, attack 40, and then you also get boost limit break fill rate, and then boost attack when a single weapon is in both hands, so you get true double hand. So it's going to be a really great accessory you guys may need to use there going forward with any true double hand user. It's a really good Trust Mastery reward. A lot of people are going to be looking to get this. So how does Akstar work? Why is he so good? So he comes out of there being able to do fire or ice damage. He can fire an ice imperil. He can fire ice imbue himself. He's the first unit that we really get that dishes out the damage, and he has kind of like a rotation you want to follow. He'll essentially have all these different moves that are adding multipliers to his abilities. So it's like use this move and it imperils, and it's like and then use this move and it imbues, and use this move and it adds X amount of multipliers. So you keep using these different abilities stacking up, and you do it in a certain way, and you uses big LB and he does massive damage, right? So he is a very particular unit when it comes to how to use him. So for the people out there who want to use Akstar, you're going to need to learn the Akstar rotation to be able to maximize the damage you get out of him, which I think is really cool. It adds a new layer to the game. Instead of just always clicking the same ability, Akstar kind of brings a like a little code you got to put in to unlock his potential, right? His STMR is Ashen Ember, attack 180, two-handed weapon. This is a katana two-handed weapon, meaning that you are going to get the weapon bonus off of it, right? You're going to want to put a katana in Akstar's hand because that's the weapon he wants to be using, and this is your option right here if you want the best of the best, right? Because all the other ones are one-handed weapons, and you want to get that true double hand, and you want to get that extra weapon variance. So this is where Akstar and Ellie, in my opinion, separate even more. Ellie can just use a greatsword, or the newest two-handed lightning imbued weapon that we got just from beating a trial boss. Whereas Akstar, if he wants to be at his top tier level, you are going to need his STMR to get there, which is why it's like a little bit weird for me. I like Esther, but again, guys, once we hit this where we're at now, the damage dealers will keep going up because that's how power creep works in this gacha. However, it won't be as dramatic as like Hio's down here than Akstar and Ellie are like up here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it'll be like little incremental jumps. It won't be just giant jumps. So if you've been waiting on Akstar, this is your chance to grab him up. But they, like I said, they let loose something a little bit more. I'm gonna skip a little bit here, but so we can get to his STMR. There it is. Another version of Akstar, and they did say it's a little bit of a spoilers to the story, but at this point it's been revealed for a long time, and if you haven't caught up to it, maybe you won't even catch on if you're not caught up in the story, so you won't know. But Zeno of the Beta Star is here, and he's a global original unit. This is actually pretty badass. I wasn't expecting this at all. Some of us were expecting maybe some Akstar buffs or some kind of change there, but they ended up just giving us a brand new made unit, which is awesome. Trust Mastery reward is going to be Obsidian Helm, defense 20, attack 42, giving you MP 20% and LB fill rate 50%. A very good TMR. I mean, just a high attack stat with a bunch of different things to go along with it. That's what you want on a lot of these units. When we're talking about Zeno of the Beta Star, he himself is not going to, he's going to be like the counterpart to Akstar. He's going to be a true dual wielder. So you guys know what true double hand is. Both hands on one weapon. True dual wield is when you get a bonus for dual wielding instead. And he is going to bring what the true dual wield meta is going to become. He's going to be the first unit to be doing that here on Global. It was supposed to be CG Lightning down the road, but they were like, no, we're doing something special for Global. He is bringing the new true dual meta, and what does that mean? Essentially, when you are chaining, and you know how you get that bonus and you build it up, you can build it up to a max of ×4. So when you're testing your multipliers, you're testing your damage, you always add a ×4 to the end of it. Essentially, that's the max chaining amount you can get. Zeno the Beta Star is going to up that, and so will CG Lightning and units that come after her, or possibly units before her in Global now because they did this, where they up it to at least ×6. So, essentially, if the unit has this passive, which it sounds like, oh, they did say Zeno the Beta Star has it, instead of a ×4, you can go all the way up to a ×6. So that adds massive amounts of damage, right? It's a whole 200% more damage, you know, ×2 in the damage calculations, which is very big when it comes to how much damage you can do. He also has the ability to go up to 200% true dual wield instead of the 100%, which is going to be amazing. What the Shalai told us about the unit, this is coming from Official, is that it's a 100% fire imperil that he can do. He can also imbue himself with fire. He has the ability to chain with Divine Runation, Aurora Ray, you know, I suck at saying it, Mirror of Equity chaining, or Absolute Mirror of Equity chaining, or AT chaining, and then also the new chaining that Esther has. So he has all of these different chaining options for him to just be the beast unit that he's going to be, probably. Again, when people ask, you know, how good is Zeno, how good is he going to be, we're not going to really know until the maintenance comes out and the banner releases, because there could be changes before the banner comes out. So we're going to have to take that with a grain of salt. We're not going to know if he's better than Akstar, better than Esther, better than this, better than that, until we get the actual numbers in our hands. So I just want to make you guys aware of that. They did say that Charlie did say that he's going to work like normal Akstar, where you want to use different abilities and build up these multipliers, and then hit him big with a big chaining ability that he has. The chaining ability, that's his big one that he can triple cast, is going to be chainable with the Absolute Mirror of Equity chaining family, or AT chaining. So his big ability is going to be that, but he has all these different abilities that will chain with other families if you need him to, if that makes any sense. He seems like, he looks dope, first off. I love the armor look. I want to see him more in action. When they showed him in action, they'll show him in action in the video, and when you go watch it, you can see it. He kind of just blips off screen, so you don't see him, because I guess, I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. I'm sure it'll show more when it's not off screen, but they kind of show the LB, and he kind of just goes off stream, comes back, and sits there for a minute. So that was a little bit weird there. If we look at his STMR, it's Searing Ember, attack 180, enables Merciless Katana, boosts attack by 40%, and boosts physical damage against humans by 75%. So his STMR is going to be amazing for him, or any type of true dual wield user, because it isn't a two-handed weapon, but it also packs a lot of abilities backing it up to make it, you know, on that level when it comes to true dual wield. When True Dual Wield was released with CG Lightning, it did start to rival the True Double Hand, etc. We just don't know where Zeno is going to be on that spectrum, because we don't know his multipliers on his abilities or his other passives. She does state that he has a passive that he uses, gives multipliers to his abilities, enables triple cast. His limit burst adds multipliers to his other abilities. So you're slowly, like I said, with Akstar, building it up and then finishing with a big thing, and then you redo it up. I gotta give my opinion on this. I actually love it, and I'll tell you why. Let's go ahead and skip ahead because people are thinking my rates for Akstar are lower, right? Oh no, like, and I definitely could feel that when I first watched the video. I was like, oh my gosh. But look. They're giving us the JP, actually an improved version of the JP step up, in my opinion, because we have the 8 plus 3, 9 plus 2. That's actually better rates for you guys. So you guys can do this. It's the same one. You do one 25k step up, you get Akstar at the end. And you can only do it once, but there's a guaranteed Akstar right there. That's exactly what JP got. Then after that, they had to do 5ks, normal 5ks, that's it. But what we get on top of that is we get another step up, as you can see here, where we get the option. It's the normal step up like we did with maybe Sylvie or and Esther, where we can go through and at the end you either get an Akstar or the new Zeno character, and you can do that 4 times. And then they also included the like little mercy pool tickets where you collect 4 of them. You get a random 5-star, and it normally was 30%. It looks like they lowered it on this banner to 20%. I'm just glad it's there at all. They really could just not be using that. When I saw this introduced in Global, it's obviously not the best thing in the world, right? I mean, it doesn't assure you one of those 2 units, but it definitely helps. I thought it was only going to be on the shitty banners. Turns out, nah, they're even putting it on one of them. They put it on both of like the biggest banners we've had in Global in a long time. So overall, I know that I guess when you're summoning the normal 5Ks, if that's the route you go, your chance for Akstar may be hurt, but that would have to be in comparison to if you spent that 5K here on the step-up summon on the split banner, because the 5Ks are going to be on a split banner. And I cannot believe that they left this here. It's amazing. And then they released this. They gave us a brand new unit, and I think he looks badass. I think it's a good concept. It brings true dual wield. It's going to shape, people a bit different. Again, if you have Esther, you're not going to need to pull for either one of these units. It doesn't matter. There's no way Zeno is going to be good enough to put your Esther to shame. Akstar is going to be right up there with Esther, and I'm hoping Zeno is around the same way. So you can just pick and plug and play whatever you want. You don't have to feel like you're missing out. This is going to be more fun, and if you really enjoy Zeno, if you think he's a cool character, or you enjoy Akstar, you can go for him if you didn't go for Esther, so you can get that next power creep, right? If you didn't get lucky enough to get Esther. They're not limited time either, so you have a chance to get him or UOC him or whatever you want to do. Because, like, for example, if you decide, hey, I got 25k lapis, you just step up in here, do the 25k lapis, then UOC the other one after 2 weeks, and you're good to go. So I think that's pretty cool. Kind of forgot about that for a minute. So you're going to be even UOC. Honestly, I'm just happy this turned out so good. Because we were all expecting it to be bad. We were expecting some shit to go down. So maybe they delayed him, Akstar, just so we could have Zeno on this banner. I think it's pretty cool. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Moving on, we do have ability awakenings on this. It's not all just about Akstar. Biggest personalist banners you guys can see is Sephiroth. He actually becomes pretty powerful once he gets his enhancements. Now, he's not going to be pushing Esther and Akstar off of their thrones as they've just conquered, but he will be doing sufficient damage for you guys to have a lot of fun with him. I'm very interested to see, if there's any global changes to any of the rest of the units, to see how they function and how well they do in the global meta. We will have to see, because they said it's still under, the abilities being awakened are still being worked on, so don't expect this week. Expect it down the road later in the month of May. Moving on, we only get talk of one trial this month, which not a big fan of, but it's Scorn of the Octopus and the Teacher. We get Stardust Rod. Guys, I've heard this pretty tough trial, so it's gonna be very fun to get in there. I'm very excited to be using my Sylvie and Esther in there and see how easy that might make it, but it's gonna be very fun to try it out again. I know it's just a rehash of a past trial, but as long as there's difficulty backing it up, I'm not too upset. I used to hate, I still do hate just the recoloring of it. But if the difficulty backs it up, I guess it doesn't really matter what I'm looking at. It could be these 2 blobs, or it could be, whatever the heck I want to be fighting. But as long as there's some kind of thing for me to figure out instead of me pushing it and bulldozing it over, I'll enjoy it very much. We move on to questions that were asked. Question number 1 was, how often will the Trust Mastery coin shop be updated? Honestly, they said, we don't know. We to be determined is essentially what they said, is what I got from it. They will let you know in game when it does get updated. So be on the lookout in game and in-game announcements if that would happen. Obviously, I'm going to let you know. If we go by what happened in JP, they updated it every 3 months with new prisms, and then every 6 months, I do believe they removed the prisms. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. The next question they had was, which I think is hilarious, when will we have detail info in game? I find it frustrating needing to consult the wiki just to see how much break or an imperil a unit gives. And I agree. We've all talked about that should be in the game. They said they're working on that as fast as possible, and it will be ready by the 3rd anniversary, which is coming up very soon. Amazing. I mean, that's great news too. I can't believe I've gone through this FFBE video for Global and it's all been good. I mean, I think it's all been good. I honestly can't even see anybody complaining, specifically because they gave us the Akstar step up. I know 2 units on the same banner, you know, that whatever, but I mean, they gave you the Akstar step up. It's amazing, dude. It's pretty cool. And that's pretty much it for the video. They go over some art and things like that. Guys, I don't know what else to say. I'm very excited for Zeno. I want to see how he does. I'm excited to see how you guys like him. To see if I just can't, you know, feels good for a little bit for Final Fantasy to be up there and be having a good time. So hopefully you guys, best of luck when getting Akstar. I'm not going to be pulling too hard. I just want him for story reasons, which I can't really talk about without spoiling, but there's a reason why I want him. Not really for him dealing damage, because I really like Esther. And maybe if Zeno, you know, messing around with the True Dual Wield unit, the next part of True Dual Wield, the enhancement, will be really fun. And if I get lucky enough, and I have 40 OCs, maybe I'll splash a couple around and try these units out for you guys. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below how you feel all about this. And if you're going to be pulling for Zeno or Akstar, you know, which one do you like better now that you've seen the both of them? And then subscribe for future content. We'll catch you guys in the next video.